or whatever it is, wherever you are. We should have all our files almost in place here. All right, so we get settings from you. Drop that, which is another big file operator. Not as big. I think I had this working, well, with some, for testing purposes. So it'd have to be you where we were. We added some calls everywhere we calculate age. Oh, and I might actually be able to unwind of this stuff, because we ended up kind of working the other way. Oh, this ended up in a different. Right, so this is just kind of our testing code. Did all of this stuff, and I'm not sure that that actually makes up. Well, it makes it easier to change elsewhere, but I don't know if it actually matters for what we're doing. Or just compute scaled age, and that adjusted everything else. All right. I think we're done with copying our stuff, so make sure that this command is set up correctly. So I think actually the main thing we might have is getting it to read a input file. Well, and there's the whole, which I don't have to figure out how to test. Oh yeah, and then there's the run bug. We're saying that we're getting lots of resets. No, not other biomes. There's like, oh, I've got bad biomes off. That might be short circuit. We're technically doing holding. And in a busier server. Well, I just have to keep an eye out for it. We basically work. All right, so I think I like sketched out settings files. Yeah. We had been building off of a thing called age control. May or may not be appropriate. But it is a small file that can be, I think, included in more than one place. So you are going off of the age scaling up. So this is where we need to have a routine to load that. Okay, so we've got init age control, get head age offset. So that pattern would be beforehand. Calling. And what were we looking at? It was like, not sprintive. Scanf? Oh yeah, this is actually gonna be a lot like my bell colors. Now I think this might be a default value, which I we should just arrange this to have some. Okay, and this is actually doing so. I'll have to think about that. Split and the num parts. All right, so you're reading object ID RGB. We are reading. I think I was using double pair. So we were using. Oh, this one will tell us how we were using. So server reported age and display age. Hmm. Should these be floats? I mean, the ages themselves are if I'm reading doubles, well, I know Jason has or scanf. I mean, this is S scanf technically, but it might just reference back to this. Yeah. Integer floating point. Well, it's FEG. In that case, I might have to read it as float. Sine over to double. Oh, wait. Okay. So, yeah, the FEGA is not optionally followed by the E or E. And he doesn't say what G is, doesn't say what A is. Maybe this is supposed to match up with. Okay, so L essentially. What does, if it does, because it's mostly going to be printing. NFF, that is indeed float. Should probably assign. Does that have to be an exact match? I allowed for a comment. All right, here we're looking for 2. And then we're looking for double pair. And this is age scaling. I know immediate syntactic error. Probably going to be somewhere around. All right, and age control is to place print something. I'm printing floats again, which doesn't say. We can do is that's doubles. Uh, FL or is it LF? Tell us if we actually read something. Split. Hmm. Must be some sort of library. Split lines. I guess that's minor gems? Okay, well, that's using it. String utils. No, that's the H. I don't need that here. Okay. We need to test. Oh, I just need to look at the print output. Unlife build Windows. Okay, we seem to have read all of that. Now, that allows us to remove the dummy data. Oh, we've already got init age control. I mean, this is still a big enough thing that it's probably worth having out by itself. I don't necessarily need to add, oh. The timing might be wrong. You know what I did? I left that in the root directory. No, that works. Wasn't a big problem at first. Ah, game does it. So that is like display information at frame drawer. Hmm. Hmm. Some data that gets kept around is probably fine. Okay, so that's if we have no default data. Then we need to know, does it do something reasonable? No entries. Okay, that pretty much matches what we saw before. Uh, no? All right, so it's underscore is plus. Okay, that seems to be pretty evenly scaled. Of course you moved that line. All right, so that leaves us with which I was having trouble. Yeah, set. Age, restart music. Starting music at age. Right. So you're running at your own independent little clock. Where do you step music player? Async file redone. Where do you actually decide to start? Must be using age rate some. Sample computed age. So actually, I might be able to just have this run the age scaling through. I just have to look at what we're sending into this system. Start age. So it's figured out the start age for whatever the next piece. There's some sort of force start now. Oh, restart music. That does not pass a flag. Will I do this on load and then it's just kind of free running from. Okay, so I was passing a scaled age into here. And yeah, the age rate is going to be discontinued. So I probably have to pull in compute current age. Oh, indeed. Even though the server is constantly giving us an age rate, that only gets it once. Well, this is grave stuff. Yeah, so I probably have to move compute current age into music player. Compute current age uses a live object. And indeed, it is a function local to. So really, we need to be using compute scaled age because this is doing, what's doing final age set. It's processing temp age override. That is the overridden time. Age no override. If final age. Well, yeah, the music player had none of those flags, so it's just gonna be free running no matter what. It's got its own age set time. Yeah. I guess he didn't want to keep playing passing age information over to the music player? Called by platform. Yes, that's the problem, is that you've got your framework triggering all the events here. I mean, you could do, a call per loop to update current age. Sample computed age. Start age. Music og playing. Probably not music og playing. Age next music done. Music link seconds. Probably computed when we stuff. All right. We calculate sample computed. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you've got to get current age that you don't use. Well, okay, you use once and then somewhere else you don't. So, all right, now about that, the other place that you compute. End of life, have music and 5 seconds, so there's an abrupt cutoff. Yeah, the age rate could get a little bit weird. Sample computed age. Oh yeah, this is like doing time in terms of sample instead of the get time. So it's more weirdness. I don't know if that was a bug fix or if this is parallel evolution. Determine if we should start playing now. Well, I see there's start age again. Times age rate. Sample computed age. Yeah, anything that's doing like, well, shoot. So here's the problem. He's doing an age rate thing again on a modified age. And that's like age next music done. So is that that's calculated from this is all the tens and fives. They're all in display. But age rate doesn't really work in this. Five blocks, equal age divided by five. This thing works in display age, but we've got age. I don't think anybody really plays with age, so that would be kind of a 2 hours, one life. This thing's a right mess. age rate is a field we get from this. It's in the sort of server timescale. Yeah, 2 hours, one life. I don't think that's changed. We have to modify all, but we kind of like the fives and whatnot. And this is where I almost have to do a rewrite. Wow, pretty major edit to go through sort of tag all the age values as for like full literal minutes old or AA. I don't know how to deal with age. I got a mix. What's that? So all this stuff dealing with fives, display age, but it's also doing age rate math. Well, this case I actually don't think it's a weird one. This is more like if you reconnect and you're near a transition. So that is like just equal 60. Abrupt cutoff. 5 seconds after. That's like 10 seconds. Actual. And if that's in seconds, I probably also don't have to worry about that one too much. I'm assuming this is 1 minute, so this is seconds. But this is times 5, which is minutes. Yeah, maybe I haven't actually looked at what age rate is. All right, so what are you dealing in? And that's display age. Is mostly display age. Maybe we just fudge the age rate here, doing some offset. So what are you getting? You're getting in age. Restart music. You're from get current age. Okay. Display age, display age, display age. 5 block. Age next music done. 5 block is just that. Music length seconds. Oh, now you see, here's another age rate. Now this is comparing the. Yeah, this is doing a whole bunch of age math. All right, age set time is going to be an actual time, right? You're going to be get current. Age. Well, you're advancing your own age. Actually, it's just start plus difference. Get sound sample. Sample computed age. Current age. Okay, so maybe. Okay, we do that. So age is going to be actual age in minutes, recorded by the server. Then we've got get current age, which is based on pure time. And that gives us the display age that's used in one place. And get sound samples is based on pure sample rate. That's age and age rate. That's going to be display age. Determine if we should start playing. All right, so age is going to be actual minutes. And the problem is all of these other fields, which I might have to edit for a while. Age. Well, actually, it doesn't get used. Yeah, it's used in those two places, actually. So maybe that one we can leave. Samples seen since age set. Age next music done. I'm not sure what that should be. That's a lot of stuff with fives. That seems like that should be display age. And we run into problems like this. Length seconds. Wait, music length seconds. What are actual age rate values? Not what I think it is? What a redouble. Redouble. Really, I would have expected. Missing comma. Let's keep out of the cold. Did I leave the standout open? Okay, so that is 0 point. That would be a 60 frames per second rate. Is that supposed to be age per frame? When he's multiplying it by time values, those time values are probably in seconds. Then he's doing it with stuff that's like ages. So get turn time must be seconds. Right, and it's 60 seconds to make 1 year. Oh, yeah. They're starting music. But that's straight up in A. I think we said that's going to have to be server time in order to make any sense with A. And the problem is he does a bunch of math here. I wonder if I could define the inverse age scale so we can go back and forth. Well, the problem is that like differences don't work well in that because it depends on which segment you're in. Okay, so age rate is a translation of seconds to age, which is in minutes. Now I've got compute scaled age as doing a Here's a age in one. I wonder if I should actually be taking like a time past age rate thing, letting it work it out. Okay, so sample computed age is display age. Issue there is that we're doing, like, we need to figure out the number space for these. And then we're just doing seconds. Okay, so we're translating our seconds into age units. This many seconds ago. All right, we want to do music length seconds before we hit the end point. So that wants to be in sort of raw age. Maybe sample computed age should all be in raw age space. Problem is age next music done gets all done in this fives area. And there's some more age rate. Okay, yeah, so that's 60 seconds times 8. It's 1 minute. Comparing minutes to seconds. So this thing wants to, because we're doing units of fives. The 5 appears to turn into a 10 here. It's 10 seconds. Age next music done. That was all done in fives. Back. Age next music? No. Person's in. All right. I need more water. I'll be back in a few minutes. As we erase the floaters to the surface. Or they might be beyond the surface right now. I'm not the only thing overshooting.
Somebody said bear earlier, but omelet. Never enough bowls in plate. Never enough. What the fuck? Looks like this bear's gonna help me get a backpack.
And we're back. All right, so if this was all my code, I'd probably just kind of rewrite everything. I'd like to not necessarily do that in a patch, but it's quite the brain burner. Hey, Roxy. How's it going? I guess I could like re-implement some key pieces and maybe just change the call sites or something. Uh, so I'm not sure what I even need to pass here. It's called twice. Once in restart music and once in step music player. Right now it's set up to do, well, get current age I set up to do scaled. All right, I'm probably going to have to tear this up and then decide how much I want to keep. All right, this isn't used very much, but I think for sanity. So this is our, oh, I think I ended up passing restart music. We gave it our computed age, which if we were just calling like update music, that would be great. But age rate is going to be in server time. Oh wait, is this? Oh, this is probably leftover. This is like his compute. This might not even be my edit. All age control. Oh, okay. But compute current age doesn't really do much. Current time, last age set time. Well, I could read that if I had to. So that might be an. I guess I could just pass the that time and it'll all be synchronized. But this is like actually, well, I had this. Okay. Server age. Age next music done. We've been trying to figure out what that should be. Start next age file rate is the one we're trying to figure out what it should be. Now, the stuff that we're doing here is obviously in display age. Restart music, that is going to be an in server. And that was start next file read, yeah. In age. That would have to be, well, really, it's technically just scaled. current age scales it. Now, if your display age and your display age, let's block. Block is a display age plus age rate is not technically. I don't think this matter. This I don't think. I think we decided this matters. Doesn't matter too much. Age next. Seal. So that is doing display age. That's comparing to 60. That is doing a fraction of a age, a display age. So right now, to be determined. Age next music done. Should be display. That did not copy the command I wanted. Okay, so that's display age. 60. That's this is a slight fudge, but for a couple seconds doesn't matter. I don't think it matters too much. And the problem we run into here is we're comparing display age to a length in seconds. Music length seconds are like, I think they're like a couple minutes. That starts to become more of a problem. And then we've got start age to sample computed age, which is currently a display age. With more age rate computations going on. Start age minus fade seconds. Fade seconds is 1, so this is not going to be a huge. Pick length seconds. We kind of need to do this as like as server age minus time. Age next music done is straight up computed from the fives. So to make these things comparable, I have to have some way to move back and forth. A minimum sufficient is probably to do the inverse of this. Which is kind of just reversing the x's and y's. Uh, yeah, I just followed some of his stuff here. So this is, I called this scaled age. I think we first of all need to rename. Age control. So compute display age from server age. Oh, that's in age. I need file. I guess I really be searching for scaled here. Okay, so that's now clear about what it's doing. Now that that uses some unambiguous language, and talk about this. That's all display age. Now the issue is going to be all of our dot becomes y. Y becomes x. Oh, out could probably be name too. So in server age, we called this in delta. I actually have better language now. Jason likes all the ins and outs. But these have actual names here. And I mean, I could almost do this like it's old, but it is kind of how it's reported as age. So now we can call this like server delta and server range. Which I guess is more renaming elsewhere or very, very similar code. Display age. Display we're out. And we come in here, we can just do display age. You were to display delta display age. You are server range and server age. Oh, and it just defaults to this, which is why it worked with no data. All right, so first of all, not even compile. Server rage. Server rage. This is supposed to be range. And sure. All right, any person. Okay. Music player now has the option to go backwards. Did I expose this? Okay, so the problems we had were like music length. So you are definitely displayed. You are in actual going to be. I almost want to just go back to. We're gonna have to do it for that. You're trying to do stuff. You're trying to do comparisons with that. Yeah, so I almost feel like display age next music done. Calculated there and used there. Oh, so you're only used here, and then it's sample computed display age, which I want you, and then we just skip this. Okay, so start age, we can now specify, we think, your display age next music. You get calculated from all this stuff. We have to convert back at some point. Now, that is comparable to seconds. And this is seconds. Age rate, samples computed to display age. Yeah, we didn't change you yet. Yeah, let's see. I think this is get sound sample. This seems like something that will get called a lot. Display age, next music done. Start next age file read. It seems like it's something that would not be called very often. Restart music and doing anything until we say ready. Yes, this is like resetting everything. Feel like, well, okay, so this is all doing stuff in that space. I feel like this should be server age. And then you, what were you? Level. Server age, next music done equals server age. Play age, next music done. And you can just be server age. All right, so get current age goes into start next file age read. I'm starting to wonder if, like, this is the only thing that might care about display age. So we might be able to convert it here and then do everything else in server space. That's our bootstrap. And then get current age is on our incremental updates. And that space is safe to do all that second math in. I guess this would be currently, this is get current display age. It's used in one place. I think that's what we need. Then start age file read. Compute display age. That can just take this, which I never tagged in it. You know what it is. In fact, server age shouldn't have been changed here. Say server age. Then you be in server age. Maybe that's why he does in, because you like server age is a double variable. Then we can do double. uh, in display age, of server age, and then we convert that back here. And your undos go crazy. You do everything with display age. And all the rest of the stuff can do its seconds math and not have to fuss with it. And this is where we could conceivably undo some of the renaming to minimize the patch a bit. Unfortunately, this is a really, really hard thing to test. I guess what I'd want to do is like see if I could crank up. Well, if you crank up the age rate too fast, you run into issues with the length of the music. Oh, I was passing living life. I think I already fixed this. Compute current age. Yeah, which you always compute display age. Then we've got this special case. I don't want to worry about temporary overrides. Uh-oh. So that's fine. Start server age minus. Um, where's start server age minus? Fade seconds. Start sever age. That's the problem. Yep. There is apparently. Your age seems appropriate. I'd have to like hit one of the points where music went. And even to like play out a couple pieces of music, I think they're a few minutes each. That might have to be a playtesting tile thing. Is rate a server setting though? No, Hmm. Okay. Where am I? Okay. Get age rate. Seconds per year. Seconds per year. I mean, I could turn it up. But if they're 5-minute intervals and we've got like 1 or 2-minute pieces, might be get a really good test. Sounds? No. Music. This have okay, 119, 114, 145. Last one's 237. So you could really only go down to about 2 minutes for testing. And then maybe like remove the actually a 1 minute back. So if we did, I'm going to turn 5 minutes into 2-ish. Well, if I heard a couple pieces of music, okay. 520. 60 divided by 5 is like 12. That would be like 24 seconds. Actually, 20 seconds probably work for most of these. Let me see if I can override that. And we started at 14, so we might actually get the 15 pretty soon. Now this is only like 3 times speed. It's going to take a little while. I don't know that I left any good clothes around. And I might have to do a little bit of debugging output on. Now you see, I haven't been timing this. Let's see, clock, timer, stopwatch. That was a little bit late. I never pay attention to these other ones. Really, only the old age music. Now, I guess this is something we can kind of have running in the background. Pay attention to it when it. Well, have I had the music cut off when I? Oh, okay. So that's definitely going faster there. Well, it's definitely responding to the age rate. Read that one a little bit later. So the only thing our age scaling is doing is telling it how much a 5 year, when is the next 5 year mark. So I guess I could try doing a rigged config file to try and, yeah, actually that's what we do. We put age rate back to normal and do a rigged config file. That okay. Settings. Okay, so actually you're like standard. Okay, so we're doing this in display age. So display input age, display age. Let's see, we said we want like a minute and a half. Oh, and I haven't tested floating points on these. But 2 minutes will be fine. But we're coming in as Eve, so everything's going to start at 14. So we could actually be perhaps a little bit silly here. And then we want to crunch up display age. And these can be arbitrary points. I just put all the interesting points here. So we start at 14. We show 0. And then we want to go like 2 minutes each through 5. What music is that? That 12 pieces of music? 12 pieces of music? 12 times 2 is 24. So that's going to be like 38? Well, we only need to hear a couple of them. Not 24. 60. And we can round it out there. I guess uncapped would be a good thing to test too. And I think I have a default 0, 0. So that might be able to zip us through all of the soundbite. Of course, it's gonna tell me I can't move now. Oh, but the server still has me at regular movement speed. So you'd normally want to use something that would line up with the server better. But we do, well, yeah, the reset to 0 kind of worked. There's definitely visible growth, but it's still a little bit slow. I don't think for all of that compression, I don't think I'm at the hands level yet. I guess the babies can sometimes like pick up clothes off themselves and things. Yeah. That took 1 minute. Well, yeah, 1 minute to get to 3. That's probably about right. And we'd expect music in a little bit, assuming that works. Which maybe have to do things a little bit differently for the reverse scaling. Now, one thing I was testing here was a sort of unbounded settings file, so that might not be working. Okay, so that's 2 minutes-ish. So I'd say we missed at least one there. We can kind of leave it up. All right, so music player. I think most of the display stuff is working okay. But where the music player stuff. Da, 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 da. So we've got in server age. Display age. Display age next, music done. Server age next, music done. Double, 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 boil and trouble. Yeah, I'm not getting any. And that's 4 minutes. So I think we can call that broken. All right, we've had one of these so far from our startup. So we got, wait, 11? So we passed in a wrong value here. Also, I broke something. Oh, okay, we actually cut it off in the mid Did a render apparently. Uh, next music done. Server age. For 11, that's correct. But the fact that we passed in 11, that looks like display age and not the proper age. Did I put in the right things here? Server age, display age, display age. Play server. So somehow we passed an 11 into this when it should have been, it told us that we were like 14 to start with. Server age. Server age. What did we reset with? Um, that was reset. Restart. You're also a double. I thought I removed. Oh wait, I had not actually solved the problem with living life page, which is doing compute current age. uh, I don't think it should have broken it that badly. Maybe we're still working through all the years where it was just 0, 0. And now it's a background process. So I'm not sure what it sound. Yeah, so so we're not worried about temporary. And that shouldn't really be an issue. Everywhere else we use this, we want display. It's just that, I mean, I could take the display age and translate it back. Translate it back to server age. It's a linear transformation. Versus also comes back to the should I just do age rate and the actual set time? Since those are our basic facts. This is probably less of a shock to the system. They're just in age. Oh. Oh, and indeed, it is muted in the background, so you can't just background it. All right, so we are zipping through our years here. We expect a Well, we can now look at our thing, which will mute us. Okay, we got 23. Displayed as 24, which we might just happen to be at that display age 30 at 26. Might just happen to be right around the center point there. Would expect at most 2 minutes to a mic. Oh yeah, because we're at like 23 and it's at 26. 24. I forget which way it was. Okay. Get our timer. Don't reset the timer. You. Okay, we've not yet printed another one of those, but might wait till it's done playing to do that. Now, another thing I might be able to do is to remove the too close check, then we could set it up to zip through them more. And the 60 music might actually be a little bit too tight as it. That's an extra long one. Really? Nope. I would have expected another, oh, there's another one. Yeah, 28. Oh, and that one actually did start up in the background. Play age 30. Server age 28. Okay. Now there's just the question of a very messy pitch. Okay, so that adds some space. One, four, three, 5, 3. Uh, 1, 4, 5, 3. That's where that was down here. Computer age. That was kind of stuff from the original code. We've got our age rate. Age control was kind of a big rewrite. And music play. Which all of this stuff, or like all of the renames, are mostly not necessary now. As nice as they are for clarity. Let's see if we can get an interaction. This is going to be a little bit annoying. Okay, you're good. I presume that will be fine. Wait, really? We have stage, there is no revert. I mean, I guess you stage the stuff you want and then revert afterwards? I wonder if STG works that way. Okay, so these are the hunks. So that would be a no. 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 Yeah, we converted this back so it's server age. This might want custom editing. Well, all right. This gives me a nicer. I'm gonna get too confused trying to do it this way. No, music player. Music player CPP. Not music player 1. Different server age. And this was originally. Oh no, I had to convert this back, so this has to be this. Okay. R. Oh, and save jet. Okay. Server age, next music done. Bugging. That takes care of that. We could, I guess, for our new temporary variable, we can keep it display age for clarity. Save. Get current server age. Doesn't really need to be. Start next age file read. In server age. Only used in one place. We immediately do something with it. That's probably not what a place there. That's a real change. All of this stuff is working with display age. That's working with display age. Okay, so that's the wraparound. Actually, this was probably here. That might still yell at me because there's empty space in context. Yeah. I might just have to edit that. Oh, because we removed the things. That's doing actual computation. That is doing the computed age. Sample compute. There's another server age there. Start age. Yeah, we're back down to age next minute done. This is all just going to be in server space. All right, so we're going to get a display age. We're going to convert it back into server space so we can do math on it. We're going to convert it back into display space here so we can find our blocks. And I don't think that like you could like wrap up this into a different operation because you kind of always have to do your math in servers. And we've got a segmented segments of linear transformation. So I don't think you could do anything other than convert to one space. Then. Okay. Oh, right, because we added one thing up here. Nothing else is in game source. So it will, in fact, if you've added something, it will only take that. Well, it won't do anything if it's dirty, though. I'd have to like stash or set that. What I do need to do here. I have this up. Yeah. So this is on. We have that was our working file. Going to be our default file. That's our theoretical to our one life file. This needs to go into here. We can add it. Oh, actually, I know what else I was thinking about. I had done all of the stuff to identify, made a bunch of changes. Yeah, this stuff. Which don't actually matter in the way I'm using it. That was for a different way of dealing with it. Based around changing the seconds per year, I think. Well, no, because that changes the scale. Yeah, it was a different. So all of this is. It would be handy if you wanted to be doing other kinds of changes. But that could really be a different patch because it doesn't interact with anything else I'm doing. Unfortunately, I don't know if I have a good way of tracking that down. Must have been a spacing change. Oh no, compute play age. Play age. This is living life page. So maybe this is worth doing, but it would be done in a different patch. Now I'd also have to push this to a music player too, because it uses that in a few places. Okay, and then age control. Well, some of that code did reference a bunch. You're probably you're in here. So we can just run through this. That was for the other one. That was for that. This is for here. And age mature was the 20. Fertile was 40. Age old is Hunger Dings. Age dead. Now, I think some of those 60 minus 40s are a sort of reinterpreted some 20s as trying to figure out what they meant. Yeah. Okay. Make sure we didn't break anything. I guess now that I've done the functions 2 ways, I could have computed those and worked with it. Music player would have still been. Well, if I just kept everything in server aid. All right. So if we unwind all of that, and then we update, patch again, and we have the music player. H control.h. Added a line here. Blank line's fine. That's probably a change in the amount of spacing we had. That's from our compute call. Not gonna like that. All right, I should play with this to make sure there's nothing horribly wrong, but it might be almost ready to go. What else do we got? We got you fixed. We're in testing. I think Jason had moved something else dealing with the modes. I needed to make a sim. Got around to. Let's see if I can verify that. Not email. What's the account name? Maybe it's like account key. No, not key. Yeah, it was email. That was email. Well, it's gonna have to be when I touch. Oh no, this is the game source setting. Where I usually am. All right, so if we in this freezer launch and make you a different account. Yeah, kinda. And I'll probably end up having to... Oh, no, right, character. Probably end up having to tweak the player sideways rule to play more often. So that is a close family. So I'm going to lose location slips, transition, burn rate, aim on death, M overlay. Yeah, no control things. Uh, Laying down? Nah. Nah. I think it used the age override. No, that's not override. Hit age? Okay. Compute display. Right, I don't have that patch anymore. Our live object age. Compute current age. Because this used the no override. Young baby lying flat. No move age. Keep them there for a while. Okay. Now, unfortunately, this puts the patch Jason did like way into the patch. Now, where did I do this before? So tracking down what he did might... Animation bank. Family hearts go there. All right, and I would like to take a short break before I'll be back in a little bit. Will very often be compiled in production production deployments. Here I am not compiling it, in part because the game itself shipped with a feature that included it that way. But one of the there's a peculiarity in the way that interacts with the runtime environment here, where refreshing the page, all those file fetches will still be cached. Thankfully, debugger has a feature to disable cache.
participated in doing carrot farms so far tonight, and a big part of that has been that this game's really goddamn overwhelming, and I just didn't know what I was doing. But there's a lot of. Okay.
So get rid of these. Yeah, these look way more natural instead of just a rotten. I don't even know what to call it. Let's push it back. All right, duplicate. Let's see if this works. It may not. It's a.
And we're back. Okay, so this is the draw code. This is the head. Now he had done something about he moved it to a different position in order to take the rotation. But we're just in living life. Actually, I could probably just make this in for testing purposes. Shift, 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 shift. Ah, there's the rot. Rot equals shift scale. And this is something that he's passing on to draw object anim. And am I just not using rot in this function? Oh. Well, there's a position, and I thought Jason had just like moved it, but offset anim head inpos offset. This is the head. This would be like emote, body emote. I mean, any emote. Head index. Make sure it only applies to people. Other estimate eyes or mouth index. I think the head index was one of the problem. But he's using these through his system where he can just pass the rotation. There's the sweat drops, which are actually one of the problems. Up, anim head well, that's head rotate delta. Flip. Maybe that is determined by the overall rotation delta? Object sprite rot. Oh, maybe it is. In rot. Oh, in rot is the anim head pause. Okay. But yeah, I might just have to use anim head rot delta. We've got anim head pause, which was adjusted. My offset probably was not. And I wonder about if in pause was it You were anim head pause by inrot. Anim head delta plus equals. We're only called once. We're only called once. Oh, anim body. Inrot. Okay. Dark color, draw sprite. Make that scale. Probably rotation? Since I'm flipping everybody, doesn't matter who I spawn in as here. Well, I do need two people so you can see the person relation. Okay. 1280. Oh, we need a. What is it? Now, nationbank.h. Do I need to? No, I did. I don't know if I need to expose that. Draw relation distance. Too few arguments to function. Wait. Why do I need to call this from two places? Oh, for graves. That's why it's exposed. All right, because it was rotated within there. Okay, so within the rotation, everything is fine. The heart seems to be in the correct place. Age. And we might be able to get another baby in here just to make sure it works out normally. Okay. Okay. I'm almost not sure I like that versus just having it over their tile, but makes a little bit more sense. All right, STG. Go to age scaling. All right. Series. All right, so that is gonna be definitely full. That is just going to be maybe a change log. And then all of the relative location updates. It also reminds me. I haven't looked at one of the patches earlier. Learn tools. There were just some spurious things. Living. Oh, master. I shifted down. Use Steam update. This is saying we added a line here. Removed a line there. Removed a line there. I mean, I was just in the nowhere. That's probably some white space that emerges out, but 101. So we tweaked that position a little bit. 8 lines. We add one of these below. There's a place where I conditionaled something. No, this is what the brace was matching. Oh. I've got a printf tool. Probably don't need that. We shouldn't have changed anything. Oh, 3. Nope. No person died. Get out of the cold here. Everybody died. Okay. We're missing one up here. Live tutorial trigger number. Removed a line here. All right. Go to export. Get ignore to in slips. That's going to affect everything downstream. Well, anything that has a line number is affected by. Yes, load it again. I can close my notes sometime. Okay, I think that's done. Burn rate erase. That might be a slightly annoying process. have to get back into all this. Draw burn rate line is a derivative of draw hunger max fill line. I think does get drawn multiple times. There's multiplicative blend. That's always true. Okay, so yeah, this is the fade value. Old last 8 string. Yeah, so you get a fade for this. I'd have to do something like that, or we have like a old burn rate line. How many of these? Well, it's technically a dynamic array. When do we clean things out of the array? Fade is less than or equal to. If it's greater than 0.5, it goes by down by 0.2, else it's 0.1. So it would go down to actually, I guess, 0.4 over like 3 steps, and then 4-step-ish at there. Different blend. Oh, that's the text fade. Narctrifix? Not quite sure how to pronounce that. Welcome. Old last 8 bar fades. Bar fade. Get element. Yeah, so that's just a tiny little thing, but it's driven, when it disappears, is driven by this, which is steps. So to make that work, oh, and you're actually 1 minus. I have to have an array for this, but I don't. Burn pause. Right, food drain time is the thing that they give us. So I have to have a thing that returns. Bar fades. I think this is that was the information to be used. So this is a thing that changes very, very discreet. When you eat something that this is a more of a continuously calculated. I guess maybe when food drain time changes. which would be a heat change message. I don't know how often those come in. I guess that would be the first thing. See if these are frequent or infrequent enough to even care about. Actually, that probably already shows up in the logs. I don't know if I had any heat. Or in a pretty uniform environment here. Yep. It's HX. I could believe 209 seconds in the current environment. I was just surprised at 0.43 for. Oh, we might E's probably start out at even. So there's a couple of those. In our very short life. Probably us all blending down. So if we recorded it on heat. In that case, would we be recording food drain time? Or would we be recording burn rate? I guess this is the thing we care about keeping history. Now, does this relate to these extra parameters on this? Skip bars, skip dashes. Yeah, I think it relates a little bit, but this is for some specific sub-elements. Again, they want to draw the dash once, perhaps. Longest erased dash once. Only draw dashes once for longest one. Oh, so he was doing only draw dashes once. And on drawing the different little. I could see the erasures. Of course, get that effect a little bit with text, where it kind of stacks up. That might be okay. And then, yeah, just drawing the strings. Let's last take. Old strings. Pencil erased font. Yeah, all the array management here makes me a little bit hesitant to. So I think for now I'm just going to do a note. We need to get a heat change. That will be our array management. The fades, he was only drawing one line. We could see what multiple lines looks like, but I imagine he did that for a reason. I suppose what I could do is I could branch out here. I think I can on impact currently, which is convenient. Well, I guess the patches won't merge very well is the problem with branches here. So if I did a branch and then got a merge conflicted. Well, maybe I just do the README stuff and actually export it yet. Uh, where you currently send your life. uh, Sample file. This is something we're actually gonna have to play on 2 Hours One Life sometime. So we've got settings. Two hall. Yeah. Let's see. Client uses this file. File format is server age, display age. I I hadn't really tested. I was definitely seeing some, well, that my one thing started at 0, and that I think had the fertile comment. So I think the prefix only was working on. Uh, and then the other one is for something different. So I think the final, I've actually a little bit forgotten how the endpoints work. But testing has been. Or does that just fall over to pass through? Should be 2. I may have to check in with them about fertility and things. I thought it seemed like it was going longer than that, but I couldn't see any changes in the code. And then changelog. Now whether this will actually be in 44, I don't know. All right, and if I need to do any other stuff, I can commit that branch. Okay, but I think I just want to. Oop. Okay, so this is something that should actually be main one. If we actually make it, I guess I keep. I guess the awkward thing. Then actually the code change the lifespan. That's something. Uh, anyway, that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody who hosted me. What do we I'm gonna go eat lunch and come back to play the game a little bit. This is when I'm usually on. I see somebody doing something. Looking for someplace cool to hang out. Stagecode's working on some .NET implementation stuff. When I was there before, he did have throwing in some background music, so just be advised if you mind those things. Otherwise, it's someplace cool to hang out. Goodbye.